Fuji go hide them. Stopping in, we been tapping in. We ain't never late. Dropping gems, we been locking in. Now let's elevate. Took else to win, running laps again. This is steady race. People's champ, boy, yeah, you know I've been a heavyweight. Stopping in, we been tapping in. We ain't never late. Dropping gems, we been locking in. Now let's elevate. Took else to win, running laps again. This is steady race. People's champ, boy, yeah, you know I've been a heavyweight.
Welcome everyone to the Heavyweight Bros, episode 26, Super Bowl edition. You know what I'm saying? Your boy over here. You still doing the beat like this?
I was giving you some background, man.
All right, you know the hostess with the mostest. You know what I'm saying over here. Your boy, Big Nasty, the 5XL assassin. I feel like I said my name already, but I'm gonna do it again. The diabolical diabetic, Big Nasty's in the building. And to my right, the man who keeps going with this tune, even though like it's already past his prime. You know the high yellow hitman, Coach Buck, the freaking Deacon. Hey. My man Uncle Razor. What's going on, boy? It's Super Bowl Sunday. How are you feeling?
Why are you wearing all this Dolphins gear?
Why not? The greatest Super Bowl champions of all time.
Okay.
The only team in NFL history to ever go perfect through the postseason, the regular season, and the postseason. You know what I mean? Why not? Back to back. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, why not?
We'll get to it in a little bit because I know your new coach made a little announcement, but we'll get to that when we get to it. But no, you know how I feel, man. It's pod day. I always love pod day, man. You know, so anything that's happening that may not be what's supposed to be happening kind of just fades away. How about you?
Yeah, you almost got your hand singed off like Anakin Skywalker earlier, and you still were like, pot and a half hours? Yeah. I was like, man.
I don't know, man. Radiator broke, man, and like the little side piece, I took it off. Man, hot water started pouring out right onto the hands. Like, ah!
He didn't even do all that. He was like, ah. I was like, nah, bro. I'm looking at the water and smoking. I'm like, bro, that joint is hot as hell. I was like, you should definitely deserve more of a reaction.
Still got a pot.
That was left hand though.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. That's not the work hand.
No, I'm about to go to work and be like, hey, I got burnt. And nigga, I'm like, where? I'm like, somewhere.
I was like, this man got leather skin on his fingers. Just bounce right off. But I know we got a lot to get through on this episode, so like I'll try to keep a lot of my comments down to a minimum so that we can keep it going. But first and foremost, we did do a little photo shoot yesterday.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? My cousin Don's Diddy, you find him on IG. He's also the co-founder of Whitley's Home Improvement. You got to give a shout out to him. Once those pictures come out, we're going to make sure to get him on our IG.
He got my good side.
Hopefully he watermarks them so that way like you guys know where to find them. So like I said, got to give a shout out. My cousin Don's Diddy. Make sure y'all hit him up. Well, hopefully he has some quick turnarounds, like our boy Guard G Head over at IG and Etsy at Custom Merch. You know, so you go over there, hit that promo code Heavyweight Bros, spelled HW, the number ABROS, get you 10% off your order. Because the more you spend,
the more you save.
And of course, we would be remiss if we didn't give a shout out to our boy Young King, the guy who did our intro. Yo, smacking it over there. So make sure you guys visit him on IG and YouTube and his SoundCloud. Let's get him some plays. Let's get him out there. You know what I mean? Man's did us a solid. We got to give it right back.
Hey.
So without further ado, we'll start digging in these crates, man.
No diggity, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
That's always the hum for me. All right, so a lot of music dropped, man. A lot of music dropped. Future has it. I know you hate when I do this. EP.
It's a song, bro. He put a new song out. Well, we're gonna Google it before one of these episodes. What's the difference between EP and LP?
I have plenty of chances to. I never do. I think I just like the fact that asking you is just so you can be like, it's a song.
It's just a song, like because you're just like I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what it was. Mid. That's what it was. Like
I wasn't impressed either.
The thing is, the video started off pretty strong with like the Kevin Samuels interview, and I was like, "Oh man, two men that definitely need to be talking to each other." Future and Kevin Samuels, and then like it gets into the song, and I was just like, I feel like this is one of the reasons why just Future just doesn't bank for me in general.
Yeah, he's got like 2.5 million views in like 2 days though, but. You know, it's a Valentine's Day song. Something for Future. They ain't heard from nothing in a while, so I expect for his loyals to be loyal.
Yeah, apparently his new album, Kanye is supposed to be doing the production on it.
Really?
So they were just talking about the levels of toxicity on that album, like what it's going to be like.
That man Kanye got time, huh? How much stuff we missed out.
He's a part-time parent now, so
that man got time. Speaking of which, we'll roll right into our next joint.
Yep.
I want to make sure I'm saying this right. Fivio Forgien.
Yep.
All right. He's had a song featuring Kanye and Alicia Keys called "City of Gods." No, you bugging. I like that joint.
I did not like it.
I
heard it at the bowling alley, and I was like, "What is this dollar store Empire State of Mind song?" That's exactly.
See, that's why you had expectations of it being so. Yeah,
like literally, like we're bowling, and I'm like, "Yo,
as soon as you said that, I instantly stopped liking the song. Why'd you do that to me, man? But no, listen, man. Kanye seems like he's trying to get back to his rare form, man. Listen. I know some people may say, but I'm kind of liking Toxic Kanye, man. It's giving him a reason to focus on the things that got him to where he is now, man. He's starting to get real focused on that music again, man.
He's gonna need to, because like I said, you know how I felt about Donda, so like he needs to get focused on something.
Yeah, so I enjoyed it, man. That man is like he's addressing stuff, man. All right, let's talk about it. That's what Kanye's saying. Let's talk about it. We're gonna talk about everything y'all got something to say about.
All I want to say is whenever you hear a new song, the reaction that you don't want is, what is this? Because like I did that, and then like everybody was bowling with, they were like, who is this? Is this a CT guy?
That's because you're very impressionable.
What does that mean?
You say something, everybody instantly goes along with it.
I always feel like I'm on the opposite end of that. Like everybody's always trying to go like, yeah, you're wildin', Joel. And I'm like, let me tell you like why you don't make.
That's
no
when
sense.
You're purposely being that devil's advocate guy. That's different. Different
levels of toxicity.
He's like, you know what? Let me see if I can turn this room. like why?
Wow, everybody seems to be really enjoying this thing. Let me tell them why it's trash.
And see if they can hold it together. Like, oh yeah.
Sitting there like, oh, you really like that song, huh? So you're racist. Whoa!
What do you mean?
Nah, I see that you got on the docket. There's a Meek freestyle.
Yes.
I did not check it out.
I listened to it twice.
Okay.
It's typical Meek.
Is it Ellie Leakers? Who is it?
It's like over a beat. It's definitely over a beat, and it's like a video to it and everything.
Are we sure it's a freestyle? Because you know how Meek Mill's quote unquote freestyles are.
Freestyles are loosely used in rap industry, music industry, period. Because if it's not on Smack, I'm not considering it a freestyle.
Is it worth my time listening to it?
I mean, it's not a bad listen.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm not the hugest Meek Mill fan.
You don't have to rush to get to it, though.
Okay. Did you see the Baby's freestyle?
I didn't even bother watching it.
Because I did watch it, and it's kind of mid too.
Yeah, that's when I seen it. I was just like, nope, I'm all set.
I was like, I know we have to talk about the beat down, the baby bowling ball beat down brawl.
Who's fighting? Old girl's brother or something,
Danny
right?
Lane's brother pulled up on him.
And they went full Minister Society on that dude.
Well, the thing is, like, they didn't really get him like that. Like, yes, like the baby hit him, but like then they all went onto like the bowling lanes and they're sliding.
Oh, that's what that video is?
Yeah,
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
I thought some people had a few too many drinks at the bowling alley and they was just clowning. I didn't know that was a fight. That was terrible. Everybody in that video should be ashamed.
Yeah, it wasn't that great of a thing. Like, everybody was like, oh, the baby's people cleaned them. I was like, none of those hits were clean at all.
Man, it looked like they was like on a Nickelodeon special trying to stay sturdy while slipping on some slime. Right. I did not know that. I've definitely seen that video. I didn't know
Scooby-Doo ass fight.
I definitely didn't know that's what it was, man. I feel like there was more contact in that Duke file than it was in that. You haven't seen that?
I did.
Oh, okay.
It's funny though, because like then afterwards, the brother like did like an IG live video where he's talking, and of course he's talking crazy. And it's like I'm listening to him, but I'm not listening to him. But then one of the comments was like, "Yo, bro, save some N-word for the rest of us," because like yo, he drops the N-bomb every like 3 seconds, and they're like, "Yo, what's good with this dude, yo?"
Man, way to not show your intellectual capability, bro.
But it's like I get it. Like, yo, you playing out my sister, got her looking crazy, like you doing all this other stuff. And like, he didn't have no problem with you got all these security people, you got all these people out here. Like, he went for it. It didn't work out for him, but he didn't get his ass whooped. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I'm not with it, man. We're not learning. This is literally the reason why Kane got killed when he was trying to get out.
But who's trying to get out? Oh, you talking about the baby?
No, I'm talking about Minister Society.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is like, is the brother wrong for what he did?
Yes.
Brother, he is playing his sister out all over the internet, talking crazy about her.
I get it.
You are an older brother.
I get it. What's it going to solve? Let's say he went in there and beat the brakes off of the baby. What's the gun sauce?
Stop talking to my little sister. Stop talking about my little sister before I had to come back around here again. Okay. And then he got to stop talking about his little sister.
And then he gets right back on IG and be like, yo, this man jumped me with 20 people. And then he's like, no,
I did it. The video shows it's just me.
You. Like, I don't know, man. Your sister's a grown woman, man. Tell her to make better choices.
Oof, man.
Like, you can't, like, I'm pretty sure he was giving her some advice before she even got into that relationship or while she was in that relationship.
I hope so.
I mean, if you that much of a stand-up brother, there should have been some conversations before it got to this point. And at some point you got to say, all right, you made the bed that you lied. And that's no offense to her. I'm just saying, like, if you get to trying to fight every single person that your sister or brother has an issue with, you'll be fighting your entire life. So sometimes you got to, at some point you got to be an adult.
Well, I see you also got Yo Gotti's album out here. I did not listen to it.
I did listen to it.
Okay.
And I mean, Yo Gotti's starting to grow on me, man. I can't lie, man.
It's worth a listen.
It's worth a listen.
All right. By the time we're on the next pod, I'll have given it a listen.
All right. I know the one that brought me to it was the one that he had the video for, and that one's like a nice little car banger.
Okay. That's what he does is he makes car bangers. And that's his whole vibe.
So I enjoyed it. It's not how can I say this respectfully, but like don't worry, I got you. There aren't a lot of songs that I would replay, but the ones that I would are definitely worth putting it on the docket.
I'll be at the bowling alley and be like, oh, whoa. By the way, I am an awful bowler and I'm tired of people inviting me to go bowling. I am bad. And it's like, it's always like a date thing too. Like it was like, oh, let's go bowling. I'm like, let's not. Let's go to a bowling alley with an arcade or something like that. Like, that'd be all right. I'm a bad, like, air hockey.
So let's go to round one because they have so many other things.
Yeah, apparently, women hate round one. Like I've gotten a lot of things that are like, oh, round one.
Yeah, because there's kids there.
I think I heard the smell. I heard the
well, I mean, it's fun for all ages, so I'm pretty sure there's some kids peeing on themselves in there. Diapers is getting left in the trash can by the food court. Like, why'd you change your baby's diaper on the table where somebody else has to eat? You couldn't go to the bathroom. Like, you know how it go. Yeah. You know how it go. Plus, they added alcohol. Like, so it's like, how many people really watching their kids? Like, cut it out.
But is Dave & Buster's much better?
I've been to Dave & Buster's once. The one time I did go, it was enjoyable, but I don't know. That was years ago. I don't want to be trying to like, when I want to have fun, I want it to be exclusive, man. I don't want to be mixing it with a bunch of people I don't know.
But like, I mean, this could be a thing for like the next pod, but it's like first date ideas is like, one of the things is like when I go on a first date, it's like going to a dinner is obviously nice. And that's the main thing you want to do because that's the conversation piece. But I like to do something. And it's like not movies because movies is just like, we're just sitting here watching this thing together. And it's like, I want to know, like, are you competitive? Like, well, like if you start losing, are you one of those types like you start like getting all whiny or like you stop talking, like, you know, because like all that stuff matters because then it's just like that's who you are as a person. So like what happens when you get into an argument? Do you get more competitive? Do you get into it? Are you a gracious winner? Are you a bad winner? Are you a sore loser? You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Me and Lulu's first date was a game of spades and then a trip to Chessman's.
That sounds phenomenal.
And nothing like drinking when you were underage. like we just had no business being in there. Hey, we all got to pass. Yeah. But they definitely was not carding nobody in there. And it's like, you know, we had a good time. You know, it definitely was a lot of talking there.
Is she your spades partner?
No.
Right?
No.
So you learned something. You learned something that day. Like,
yes.
All she do is renege all day long. Like,
I just don't want to. I don't want spades to roll out of our relationship. Saying like we had dinner, like, why did you cut over me? Why did you cut over me?
Here's what I'm talking about. All you do is step on my toes.
And then when I don't cut, you don't cut. Like, so now you don't cut. Like, I'm not that our leisure time is not about to be arguing over the terrible spades decisions. So no, we've tried it. We tried doing some training and she's just like, no, I'm not into it. I was like, all right, that's fine. I'm not into it either. I'll find a different partner. But yeah, that's where we was at with it.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, that's enough of digging in the crates, right?
Yeah. We can get on over to Insomnia TV. Wake me up inside. Did you really know the words, or were you just kind of?
No, that's how it goes.
Okay.
Evanescence, man.
Impressive.
My brother Dom used to be in his room listening to that all the time, and like, you know, like you had the boom box with the little headphones.
Taking it back. All right, so first things first, we had
Papa freaks on the honeys. He's
we don't
Playboy
own
bunnies,
copyrights
those
to that.
monies.
R.I.P.
But we can
Biggie
sing Evanescence.
We don't own the copyrights to that either. But yeah, we had the season finale of Boba Fett. Did you watch it?
I did.
Fire.
I thought it was fire too.
Fire.
So like I'm a big I loved the Star Wars Clone Wars cartoon, and that's where Cad Bane comes from. So like the second that he showed up, I was like, let's fucking go. I was like, my boys are here. Timothy Olyphant is back in the beginning. I was like, yeah, the whole it's a family affair and the family is here. Like they made sure.
I can't lie to you. I was getting a little restless. I was like, man, this show better start picking up like the first few episodes. Yeah. As soon as they threw Mando in there, I was like, oh yeah, we good. Yeah. Every episode.
Oh my god! Anytime Grogu does anything.
Yeah.
When he's walking,
yo, the G move, like when he came walking out, like, yo, fam, I can let you know I learned a few new things. He was like, let me show you.
How much did you
see my Grogu hand?
I did. I see. How much did your heart break though when he pulls up and he's got the chain link?
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, damn, man.
You made the wrong choice.
I was like, oh.
But it's a thorough choice.
It was a thorough choice.
He's loyal, man. He's loyal. He's loyal. Yeah, definitely. So yeah,
that's setting up a lot of stuff for Mandalorian when it comes back. It's just gonna be.
Yes, it is.
It can't be good because like this clearly takes place before like the newer Star Wars movies, and ain't nobody ever mentioned Grogu before those movies. So like, what happened to him?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, that's my thing. Is like,
does he ever get to grow up?
Tough.
We'll see. All right.
They brought Rosario Dawson back. They brought Timothy Olyphant back. They had like the Mando's in here. I was like, I don't know what the budget is for this.
I want to know how they did the Luke Skywalker face though,
because it looked amazing, right?
It looked amazing.
I was like, and then like the Cad Bane thing too. I was like, wow, he looks really good. Like he and then he sounds exactly the way he sounds. Like I don't know if it's the same actor or obviously the same voice actor, but like I don't know if like they let the voice actor actually act for him because like that would have been pretty sick.
Yeah, I was looking at it like, yeah, how did they do this? They turned back the clock. So, all right. But yeah, I was enjoyable. I'm definitely hyped for season 2. I think that episode 1 is going to be pretty epic.
Like, let me not say what we actually call him in my household, but my boy Chewbacca.
Yo, when they came out with the black Chewbacca, I was like, yes, diversity. And that man was thorough too.
No, he's so thorough. I was like, he's the team tank. I was like, yeah, let's get it.
Word like that. I was like, yeah. I was like,
I was trying to figure out the entire time. I was like, where is the shorty with the arm? Like that's part of like the squad with the guy with the eye.
Yeah.
Like I was like, where is she from? Like I definitely just watched something with her in it. And I couldn't figure it out. I did.
What is
she was in Yellow Jackets.
That's what I was gonna say, but I wasn't completely sure. Yeah.
Because I was like, yo, where is she? And it was killing me. I was like, I literally paused the episode. I was like, where is this girl from? I definitely just saw her in something. But the black dude with the eyepiece did one of the most needless spin shots.
The spin shot. I'm like, yo, come on, man.
I was like, this is so unnecessary.
As soon as he did it, I was like, here we go.
Yeah.
Like Power Ranger dancing at the end of the episode.
They showed up like the Power Rangers in different colored bikes.
Right. I'm like, why does this man always have to dance at the end of the episode? It's like, come on over and dance, Zach. Sure will.
That brother was dancing in the middle of Battle League. They're like, help Tree. He's like, got you.
Right.
Fat man, go cross the land, Timberland, whatever I say, y'all gonna do. Look at that.
Yo, that song should be stuck in my head all day.
Breathe in, breathe out.
That was the Super Bowl.
Get everybody caught.
Yeah, that's completely worth it. I was like, fam, you got a solo right now, and you gotta let these dudes make you go into a spin move with the opening of the jacket.
The thing is, he spun the wrong way too. Right. So like they were shooting from over here, and instead of like turning around, he spun all the way around.
Yeah, that's terrible. But yeah, so I was excited. It was pretty dope, and it wasn't like it didn't seem like it was rushed or anything like that. So it was a well written finale. So I was happy with it. Aside from that, today's the day.
Today's a new day.
Word. Bel-Air debuts.
It's a shame that it has a debut on a Super Bowl Sunday because it's like I definitely am not watching it today. That's for sure.
Nope. That was a bad decision on somebody's part. I don't know whose it was. I mean, unless for some reason it comes on after the Super Bowl.
I doubt it. Oh, it is on Peacock, and the Super Bowl is on Peacock too, so that makes sense.
Maybe it comes on after or before, maybe. I don't know, but it does debut. I'm gonna give it a look. Okay. I'm gonna give it a look and see what happens. I really do not like the idea of like, but I know this is supposed to be completely different, but the same, just like as far as like the way the characters look and everything like that. the big controversy of Uncle Phil, like not being any type of representation of Uncle Phil from the TV show. I think we're just reaching for that love that we lost, and I get it, but we'll see what happens. I just feel like there's like I feel like in the regular show when Will showed up, of course he made mistakes and frustrated people. But I feel like he's walking into a situation where people already do not like him. Like
Carlton's on his, they're wilding.
Right, like Carlton's on his back, Uncle Phil's on his neck. It's like the only people rocking for him is like Ashley and Aunt Viv, and it's just like.
Well, technically, when he first showed up, that was the only people that were rapping for him too.
Nah, Carlton was kind of his homie, like
in the beginning.
Yeah,
of the show.
Yes, that's
no. He was like, he could have stayed Carlton for the longest time until they started hanging out.
No, but what I'm saying is like Carlton wasn't coming for his neck. Like there's little slide comments here and stuff like that.
He was like, "Oh, this Philly street rat." He would do stuff like that. He treated him like Aladdin all the time.
This brother on his new show seemed like he's like, he's talking crazy, and then Uncle Phil was like, "Why did you even let this dude in my crib?"
All I know is there better be a basketball episode and it very like like kind of like the same vibe. But like obviously they can't do it the same way because it's a little more serious. Yeah, but I want to see the episode where like he's supposed to give Will the ball and he doesn't give him the ball. Like like Will's going off.
There's gonna be some type because there have been like preview scenes of him playing ball, dunking on people and stuff like that. Like so. I mean, you can't do too many replications because, like I said, it was an iconic TV show. They have lost people from that show. The whole stress between Will and Aunt Viv, the original characters, like leave that where it is now that it's healing, and just let this be something new. And if it's successful, it is. If it isn't, then you should have never tried it.
If halfway through the show, Uncle Phil gets into a relationship with a light-skinned man, is it not like should we not go that route? But we keep dark-skinned niggas around.
I knew you were gonna say.
All I know is I need the the A and Viv dance. I need the A and Viv dance.
Yeah, I feel like that might be one of the reasons why like Will Smith went like super pro-black with this one because he is involved in like the production and everything. Yeah. But like literally the only fair-skinned person in the family now is Will Smith.
Can I get my feelings back for real quick?
Of course.
So like, when I was younger, like I know like people make like the jokes about it, but like I honestly believe this to be true. Like TV played a huge part in shaping how I saw things or like understood things like as a whole. And it was like I got a lot of like my positive male influences from television. And like a lot of these people like still hold like a big place in my heart. And like obviously Uncle Phil, like he has passed, but even just watching the episodes, like Uncle Phil was probably he's on the Mount Rushmore of like my male role models, like especially like in that time. He's probably number one.
There was actually a lot.
There's a lot. Then. But like I remember like he was like a big one because like the way that he did things, like I was really into that. But it's like
Carl Winslow deserves a shout out.
Not for me. He didn't do it for me. But you know who did? And like I know he's gonna go soon, and it's like I see videos of him, and it hurts the way that he looks because I'm like, he looks like he's gonna go soon, and I don't know if I can handle it. Is Mr. Feeney for Boy Meets World? Like Feeney's a big like bunch of call to do for me because it's like what they do is like they're not afraid to be soft. Is like they're like these guys are the most manliest of men, and they're not afraid to be soft. And it's Bob like that's Saget. What I learned from them. Bob Saget was a big one as well. I mean, damn, R.I.P. indeed.
I know. All right. Well,
I just want to throw that out there because I was just like, I don't know if this new Uncle Phil could ever fill that role. Obviously,
and that's what I'm saying. Like a lot, like I feel like the show can be enjoyable if people aren't spending the time trying to compare it to the TV show. That's not what this is about. This is supposed to be a different spin. It's a drama. Like even the beginning scenes, like Will getting spun over the dude's head and little bounce ball. Nah, like this was like a gritty situation in Philly where somebody almost lost their life. You know what I mean? So it's had kind of a gridiron gang feel to it. that man, Ghost was like. Me and Kyle was 88. All right, man. We digress. Look, you're trying like, what am I talking about?
You got DB. Right. What you talking about?
Go to sleep.
He was on the out.
Spear trying to take out the little homie at a football game. Like, yo, this is crazy. All right, so we digress. All right, and next, last but not least, we got the homie Kanye coming out with a documentary on Netflix on the 16th called Jeen-Yuhs. Yes. But it's spelled Geenyuhs with a little dash in there.
Do you know why?
No.
I don't. I was just asking.
No, I don't know why.
But I was going to say this in Digging in the Crates, but I knew that we were going to talk about this anyways. But it is also the 18-year anniversary of Kanye West's debut album, The College Dropout. And like that was a very huge album for me. Like at that time, like it was very like I kind of missed it when it first came out. But like before Late Registration came out, like I remember like I finally got it, and I was just like, wow, like this is incredible.
He drops a bar about that in the Fivio Forgien song too.
What do you mean? Which part? What does it say?
It says something like, I'll make an album, go back to college, and drop out again.
Oh yeah, that part. I thought you were saying that. Like he said something about me not picking this. I was like, yeah, I was like, Kanye throwing shots at me already. I was like, yo, I supported you, man.
Be your guest.
You know how many arguments I used to get into about Kanye West, like when he was doing like the MAGA stuff? But I was like, I had his back for a long time, bro.
Come on the show, Kanye. You don't gotta get lipo. You could be on the heavyweight, bros.
Wait, lipo?
Yeah, he got some surgery done. He's right. You don't know about that?
I saw the pictures.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, what's going on? Yeah, come on, man.
You know, it happens, man. He's not that guy no more, though.
But yeah, like, I mean, College Dropout gave us Slow Jams. You know, I think that was the debut song. Then it got Through the Wire.
Was that when he first was doing the, what's that, the 808s?
No.
No?
There was a lot of soul samples and stuff like that at that
Gotcha.
point. I mean, so it's got Through the Wire. All Falls Down, which was like one of my like 3 or 4 favorite Kanye West songs. But I think like my favorite song from the album, or like the one, it's not that great anymore. Like it hasn't like aged the best. And one of the reasons why it hasn't aged the best is because Common's verse on it is awful. It's like, it's bad, but it's called like Get 'Em High. And it's with Talib Kweli. You know exactly what song I'm talking about? Yeah. And then obviously the mega hit from that song too was Jesus Walks. And it's like, I don't know if that's aged the best either. You talk about Jesus meaning in the back while people are screaming, niggas! Like they scream this all the time. But like, I'll tell you what, like, if I'm at a party and I hear my flow was in the pocket like Wallace, I got the bounce like Hydrolis, I can't call it, I got the swerve like alcoholics. You know, that's something.
Yeah, that joint is hard.
So like,
all right.
It's a big album. I just want to say, like, yo, I don't know if it's definitely not his best album, but it's like one of my 3 favorite Kanye West albums because it means a lot.
Okay. So how about this? I'm gonna watch the Fresh Prince episode tonight. Bel-Air.
Okay.
I can't call it the Fresh Prince. Are you gonna watch it tonight?
I know. That most certainly after the Super Bowl's over, I'm going to bed.
I'm gonna call and spoil it for you.
Wow. There's no reason for that.
Yo, Carlton. No, I'm just kidding.
Just let me know if it's if they're putting all the episodes out at once or if it's gonna be a weekly.
Oh, that would be good to know. They might. I mean, everybody's doing these packages or pockets or whatever you want to call it, where they're putting out a few episodes at a time and then they're coming back with some more episodes afterwards. So
put them things away, bro.
Hey, listen, man, my foot was itchy. All right, so we'll see what happens, but I'm definitely gonna watch it tonight, just because I'm intrigued of what it's gonna look like, and I'm not gonna be able to wait the next day when I know it's right there. All right, we'll go over to popcorn Papi time.
Don't stop, pop that. Poor Papi.
He was so ready.
Yeah,
he was so ready.
I was taking deep breaths the whole time. Like, wait, I was like, make sure that it comes.
He's prepping.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is hilarious. So go ahead. I'll let you have it.
I mean, the trailer dropped for Jurassic World 2. I think it's called like Dominion. Is what it's called? Or it's pretty sure it's called Dominion. I think. Did you watch the last Jurassic World?
Yes.
So like the last Jurassic World, like spoiler to people who haven't seen it, like the way it ends is it kind of ends the way that the Lost World Jurassic Park ends, where it's like the dinosaurs from the island are now here. So like it's been like 4 years since like the last movie came out. So like they've had plenty of time to do it, but like I think the big thing that everybody's really talking about is like the original trio from the first one is there. We getting Alan back, Jeff Goldblum's back. It's like that. Like, and I was just like,
doctor dude that be talking.
Yeah, Dr. Ian Fleming.
He's my favorite.
That's what Jeff Goldblum, man. The Fly. You can't be there. The Grandmaster from Thor Ragnarok. You can't miss with the Bloom, man.
Yeah, he's my favorite. But yeah, I thought I was pleasantly impressed by the trailer, and it looked super exciting to understand like you did this ignorant stuff, and it's not just going to just be over, and they're going to be on this island. Like dinosaurs are going to eventually take over the world because there's nothing you can do to combat them, and I think that's like where the premise of this movie is like now we have to live side by side with dinosaurs, and like what are we going to do, maliciously kill all these animals, or are we going to find a way to coexist, and like what happens from here? and it just looks pretty dope. And it's a lesson to man to stop trying to be in control of everything.
Because this is where I was about to get to.
Mm-hmm.
As I was like, I know like movies are supposed to be movies for a reason.
Yes.
Right. But it's like the reason that these movies are made and they're written so well by people who are smarter than a lot of us are. Why is it scientists like still see those movies and be like, but let's still do that? Like why? Like, what's the benefit of us having a brontosaurus all of a sudden?
I've been thinking the same thing about iRobot.
But that's what I mean. It's like, yeah, like they're creating those wild robots and stuff like that. And I'm like, did you guys not watch Terminator and like see like how this stuff happens?
Right.
Or why is everybody so obsessed with creating AI?
The boy Elon Musk talking about the most important thing other than making Teslas is making a robot. Like,
why?
AI is so important. Like, why is it so important?
To take them damn jobs away from everybody. That's what they trying to do.
Yeah, because that's gonna be good.
I've never seen the benefit of creating dinosaurs. Like what's all that about?
Nah, not at all. Even if you did, why not make them like little miniature ones, like little cute miniature ones you can keep in a cage and just like, yeah, this is what they used to.
Unless we making Pokemon. Oh my and it's like we get real Pokemon. Like then like what? Or stop talking to me. So what are we doing? Make VR dinosaurs. Like like just do that. Like you want to see a pet a dinosaur? Put a VR headset on and go to
metaverse it.
Yeah. Like what are we doing? Like Zuckerberg, get on that.
Yeah, dude was looking to make a bunch of money, and thanks to him and Newman, the world is around. That's hilarious.
He got taken out by the.
Oh yeah, spit oil in that man's face.
I just remember being so like super little and being like, that looks like it burned. Like what came out on your hand earlier, that's what it looked like came out from that dinosaur's mouth. I was like, oh my God.
And they was stuck to it. So he's like, what is going on? Death is about to happen to you, man. You didn't even know.
Nothing's worse than the second one, though, when those real little ones like hopped on that dude. He's like on that beach, like,
look, I don't think any death happened the right way. When homie died on the toilet, and like, why do you have to die on the toilet? Like,
the dude in the second one that like after he saves everyone, the two T-Rexes come and split him in half. I was like, good Lord. I was like, no good deed goes unpunished. Like,
right. Dinosaurs like, we gonna eat. But yeah, we can. I don't think there's anything else for Popcorn Papi, right? You still dodging the 355.
I'm definitely dodging the 355. There's a movie coming out next week. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but I know that in the week after is the Batman. Oh, so like that's gonna be a big one.
How you feeling about that?
Oh, I'm all in.
Okay,
but like I'll save this take for the next episode.
I feel like every few Batmans, there's a terrible Batman, and I hope we're not in terrible Batman.
Who's the last terrible Batman?
Val Kilmer.
That was a good movie though.
It was a good movie. It was a bad Batman.
Nah, Val Kilmer was solid. You're thinking of George Clooney. George Clooney was a bad Batman. That was the Mr. Freeze one.
Maybe
kill the dinosaurs. The Ice Age. Like Val Kilmer is the Two-Face and Riddler with Jim Carrey. But that's Val Kilmer.
Okay, maybe Jim Carrey saved the day in that one.
He did that like a lie in there.
Yeah, that's his thing. Since I live in color, that's his thing. That's his thing. He's an ally too. Appreciate you, Jim.
Always. Hey, he just had his 60th birthday too. Ain't nothing but love for Jim Carrey.
Word.
But let's cross this thing over. Hit the hardwood check-in because we do got a lot to talk about. So let's. What did you just do? That's how you felt?
I was just testing it, so when that Ludacris pops up, I know how to turn this camera on.
I was like, you just want to watch everybody see that you was a classic man.
Classic man.
All right. Anyways,
that's what the kid said. You know, I be doing the Zooms for work.
Yeah.
And the little Zoom, I turn the camera off right quick. So I see some kids in the hallway. It's like, yo, Mr. B, you got drip. I seen your little photo when the camera went off. I was like, yo, chill out, man. Chill out.
Who was talking to you, Rosie? Rosie Perez?
I don't know. That man was definitely a fifth grader.
I seen you, Mr. B.
Yeah, she definitely, him and her were definitely fifth graders. Like, what is happening right now? I just seen you, Mr. B. You had the drip. I was like, all right, Lala from You Got Game.
We'll take care of Lala. We're taking care of Ahsoka Tano. But I mean, we just passed the trade deadline, and like obviously we have to talk about the biggest name, the biggest trade that happened. James Harden is now a Philadelphia 76er.
Crazy.
The Brooklyn Nets sent over James Harden and Paul Millsap to the 76ers.
I didn't know they got Millsap. I thought it was just James.
No, they got Millsap as well. And then the 76ers sent over Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and 2 first-round picks. Mm-hmm. So, I mean...
The Nets definitely won the trade.
You think so?
Yes, I definitely believe that they won the trade. Okay. But both rosters look dope to me.
Okay. Why do you think that the Brooklyn Nets won?
Because they got them picks. They got more players. And all
the Philly's going to be a playoff team. Them picks ain't going to be nothing.
Doesn't matter, man. You could always trade them picks for something else. It's just being able to have the equity to make more moves if you need to the coming season, or you never know what those picks can turn into. But I just feel like based on the players that they got and the picks that they got, they did win the trade.
Okay.
I don't think Seth and who's the other kid?
Andre Drummond.
Yeah, I think Andre Drummond I would rather have Andre Drummond than DeAndre Jordan. Like, I still feel like he can contribute.
That's not saying much.
And yeah, you're right. And Seth is definitely like stepping into a different part of his career where he can be a game changer as well. So I just feel like they got more players that can contribute rather than just a James Harden. But like I said, both rosters do look thorough.
Because my thing is, like, I usually tend to, like, when this happens, is like, who got the best player? Because it's like, yeah, the draft picks and stuff are nice, but the draft picks eventually become players. And, like, to me, Philadelphia got rid of a guy who was literally not playing for a guy that 2 years ago was the runner-up for MVP. And it's like, to me, it's like, that's an easy dub. Seth Curry hurts because, like, he was playing really well with Drummond. He's obviously a knockdown shooter and stuff like that. But it's just like, you could find some of those guys. I'm pretty sure that once the buyout season starts happening and guys start moving like all over the place like that, like they're going to be a prime spot for some shooters.
I just still feel like both teams got the best player for their team. Like, the Sixers have always wanted somebody who's going to shoot the three and space the court out so that it puts less pressure on Embiid and he can work freely against one guy, or when the double team comes, the shot is already coming up and everybody knows, let's pack the paint to try to stop Embiid because ain't no shooting happening, then it's different. I think James Harden is going to look super good in the pick and roll with Embiid, and it's going to be crazy for both of them to still get their buckets. It's less volume to spread around, and it's basically going to be these two guys are your workhorses, and then everybody else contributes, which is potentially what James Harden wanted anyway. So I think it works out. You look at the Nets, they have shooters or people who will shoot. Ben Simmons loves getting a bunch of assists. Yeah. So why would he not draw the defense, drive in the lane? And when they don't adjust, he gets dunks, he gets layups, he gets free throws. And when they do adjust, then he gets to kick it out to KD, who can shoot from anywhere, and Kyrie, who can catch the ball, dribble, make his own shot, and get a bucket. So I think it fits perfectly for both teams. I would love to see them battling for the the Eastern Conference Championship.
I think this trade makes me like officially hate the Nets. Because it's like, I don't care for Kyrie Irving. I haven't been the biggest Ben Simmons supporter. Okay. Although I do like a lot of things that he does, and I don't think that they've let him do the things that he does well. But then I'm also just not a big fan of Kevin Durant either, although I realize that he's one of the 3 best players of this generation. Like, I understand like all those things. Do they fit perfectly together? I don't think perfect is really the word, because it's like you said, Ben Simmons likes to get assists. He likes to have the ball in his hands. That also sounds like Kevin Durant. That also sounds like Kyrie Irving. And like, they don't give James Harden like a lot of credit, but like, he really did fit into that role. He wasn't over dribbling. He wasn't doing that stuff. He was moving the ball around, and he was putting up like 30 something points per game. Like, they're going to miss that now. And then now Ben Simmons doesn't put up 30 points per game, and Kyrie's playing half games and stuff like that. So it's like all that stuff has to come from somewhere. And it was like James Harden was really the guy that was holding it together. And like, now he's gone. So like, now it's going to be on Kevin Durant to hold together. And it's now you have Durant and Ben Simmons in the same front court. It's like, is Ben Simmons the 4, or is he the 3, or is Kevin Durant the 4? It's just like to me, it's a little bit weird, because then it's like, if Kevin Durant's got the ball, he's not kicking it off for Ben Simmons for 3. So like, now Ben Simmons is what?
Clearing out, going to get a rebound.
But like, now you're clogging the paint for Kevin Durant, because that's what Kevin Durant needs, is he needs all that space in there.
They'll figure it out.
I mean, I'm not saying that they will. I still think that they're one of the 3 best teams in the East. I just don't think it's as seamless as a fit. I think Seth Curry is a huge get for them, because I think he fits in really well, because now your bench mob has your boy, the supposed all-star Patty Mills.
And Seth Curry.
Like, that's
gonna be fire.
If Joe Harris ever gets healthy, like Joe Harris is coming off the bench.
Does Patty Mills become a starter now, though? Or was he already a starter? He wasn't, right?
Well, he was starting for Kyrie when he's not playing. So, like, if you count that, yeah.
I think it's going to be dope.
So, like, you have to,
Seth becomes a starter then?
Probably, yeah. That's like you'd have to assume the starting.
He wasn't a starter in Philly.
Yeah, he was.
He was?
Yeah, he was a starting 2-guard in Philly.
Oh, okay.
It was him. It was really like him and Embiid doing everything.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to assume their starting lineup looks like, well, if Kyrie, it's Kyrie, Seth, Durant, Ben Simmons, and then Nick Claxton or Andre Drummond, like one of those two.
Yeah, I'm going Andre.
Yeah, and then like that weird Bruce Brown for some reason plays the 4 sometimes. Blake Griffin sometimes there. LaMarcus Aldridge is there. Like it's weird. It's a weird. That's what I'm saying. It's like
I don't even know why he's still there. I would have threw him in the trade just for the sake of it. Like, hey,
that's what I'm saying. Is like there are gross parts of this Brooklyn team.
He is the reason KD is injured right now. Yo, and between them nasty shots him and Harris was taking last season, the reason they got eliminated. Like, so I don't know. I'm just not big on those guys. But I
think it was big that they kept Tobias Harris too, 76ers, because it's like, now you got Tyrese Maxey, who's been looking really good. Mm-hmm. You got James Harden.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Tyrese.
That's what I'm saying. You got Tyrese Maxey. You got James Harden. You got either Korkmaz or Tobias Harris, whoever you want to put there. Mm-hmm. And then, like, you got Embiid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a really, really solid squad now.
Yeah.
And then they got Matisse Thybulle, who's also there, like, locking people down.
I'm here for it. Like I said, I want to see them in the Eastern Conference. I think that would be dope.
I think the Bucks still got something for everybody, though.
We'll see.
Because you think about it, like, if the 76ers play the Bucks, they're like, oh, we'll put Drew Holiday on James Harden, put Giannis on Embiid, and then Chris Middleton's just causing havoc everywhere else. Like, what you gonna do?
We'll see.
And then the same thing, like they go to Brooklyn and they're like, yo, Drew Holiday on Kyrie. We saw how he frustrated Kyrie last year. Put Giannis on KD, and then like have Middleton on Seth Curry or like on Simmons or whoever it may be. And it's I
can't wait to see it.
That's what I'm saying. It's
can't wait to see it. Oh,
and I feel like you were talking crazy about the East earlier this year. It's like I've been saying, I'm like, yo, the East is solid to me. And it's like Miami's still there too. Like they got the Jimmy Butler, Bam, and all them. You know what I'm saying? Like the East is going to be real, real interesting. Like I feel like the West is kind of
only named 4 teams, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're right. But like let's keep moving.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Your boy, the Porzingis, is on the move.
I'm all set. That's what you get, sucker. You talking all this junk about New York was the reason you wasn't balling. You need to get up out of there. You go to the Mavericks, and they deuced you.
The Dallas Mavericks traded Kristaps Porzingis to the Washington Wizards for Spencer Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans. As soon as I saw that Davis Bertans was in there, I was like, well, this was a salary dump. Yep. That's exactly what it was. Because I'm pretty sure this is the last year.
Porzingis number, I would send him the video of him getting his face busted when he went back home. Like, this must be how you feel right now. You know when they said that? When I was back home.
I don't know I'm pretty sure this is the last year of Porzingis' contract. So it looks to me like the Washington Wizards sent out all their players that had long-term contracts, and it's like just Bradley Beal is pretty and Kyle Kuzma, and then like everybody else kind of kicked rocks is what it seems like.
What are you gonna do with the money? Nobody's coming to the Wizards.
That's my thing. And that was like my next question. I was like, what is the move?
Like you're dumping all these guys. Like, yeah, we got this piece to build around, and people are gonna love coming to play with you. Who is that? You?
Who is we? Who is we? Why are you kidding?
Yeah, so I don't think we need to spend any time on this one, man. Porzingis got exactly what he asked for, man. You wanted out of New York. Now you're going to be out of the NBA in another 3 years.
I just know Bradley Beal, like a couple of days before the trade deadline, did surgery on his wrist, so he's out for the remainder of the season.
Sheesh, I didn't know.
So the Washington Wizards are out for the remainder of the season, just in case you guys are wondering, because they don't give a damn right now. They're like, yeah, cut all the salary because this year's a dub. Right. And like, we're going to figure this out. Like Kyle Kuzma's like, I'm about to get exposed.
What are you going to do with all that money? I'm about to get exposed. Don't do him like that, man.
It's like, it don't look good.
Kyle's been balling, man.
It don't look good. I guess we could kind of breeze through a little bit of the rest of these trades that happened.
No one cares about Derek White going to the Celtics.
I think he's what you call he's solid though. He's the point guard.
No one cares about Derek White going to the Celtics.
They also got Tice back.
No one cares about what the Celtics are doing. Make sure you hear this clearly.
I just want to point out for like this Tice thing, right? So like Brad Stevens was coaching and like he kept running like at the end of game plays for Daniel Tice. And I feel like Danny Ainge was like, yo, I'm sick of this. I'm trading this brother out of here. The second that Brad Stevens becomes a GM, he's like, Tice, come on back, baby. Big Daddy Ainge is gone now. He like, ain't nobody got word over me. And he makes sure to get him back. Your boy Montrez, Montrezl Harrell is on his way to the New Orleans Hornets, Charlotte Hornets.
I think it's a good fit for him and a good fit for them.
They just love undersized big men.
But he's gonna be a hustle guy, man.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna wreak havoc for people who don't want to hustle, who don't want to play that gritty type of basketball. He's gonna be annoyingly efficient.
Yeah.
And it's
I don't think he's bad.
And it's a young team, so it works out perfectly for them. They're gonna look like a Drew League team.
Because Miles Bridges is penciled he's their solid 4-man. And then it's like they like PJ Washington, but then they didn't like him. I heard his name in the trade. In a lot of trade rumors, I heard them talking about getting Nurkic for him, like a bunch of stuff like that.
That would have been crazy.
But then, you get Montrez to back up PJ Washington. I'm like, I actually don't mind seeing like a Miles Bridges, Miles Bridges, Montrezl Harrell.
Right.
Like,
I don't even understand why he gets shipped around so much. Like, so many teams or coaches are always looking for that spark or that guy that comes in and changes the level of intensity on the court, and that's what Montrezl Harrell does. Like, I've always been a fan of his. Like, just watching him play, like.
But you wanted to trade him for Pumpkin like not too long ago.
Yes, like if that man, he don't care if he got 2 points and 2 rebounds. His energy is going to stay the same. He's going to hustle. He's going to get on the floor. He's going to play defense. He's going to yell in people's faces. He's kind of like a oversized Patrick Beverly. Like give me that energy.
Draymond?
You need to have that energy. Is he like a Draymond?
Yeah, I know he doesn't play like a Draymond, but I'm saying like the kind of like the floor leader.
Yes.
Kind of like a Draymond.
Yes. Yeah, man.
A couple of these other Spark Notes deals, like we said, Derek White went to the Celtics.
About Dragic going to the Spurs.
But Gordon Dragic got traded for Thaddeus Young, so Thaddeus Young is now part of the Raptors. And like a lot of talk is that the Spurs are getting ready to release Dragic, so he's going to be one of these buyout guys. Lakers need a point guard. Because, they're not liking the rust. A lot of people are saying that because Dennis Schroeder is also going to get bought out. Is Schroeder walking back to the Lakers after turning them down?
If Schroeder gets bought out and gets
he is. They've already said that they're buying him out.
Get that money and then go get some money from the Lakers again. Maybe he was a genius.
This is what I'm saying. No, he's not. That brother turned down like $9 million. He's not getting $9 million when he goes over there.
Oh man, yeah, he messed up that bag. That was crazy. I don't even understand how that happened. But I mean, if Dragic goes to the Spurs, to the Lakers, I don't see it making a big difference. I think they're still hurt that they didn't move Russ, and I don't know why they didn't move Russ.
Well, the word is because after the end of this season, they get to, because they've traded so many of their first round picks, and because of this the Stippian rule, you can't trade consecutive first round picks. So after this year is up, they get 2 of their picks that they can start trading now. So the word is at the end of this season, they're going to try and shop Russ with the 2 first-round picks, because now this will also be the last year of Russ's deal. So now that's going to be a $40 million expiring piece at that point in time.
Yeah, I don't think that's smart either, because who's going to take Russ on a 1 year? They're only going to be giving you a player for the 2 picks.
Yeah, that's really good. And then think of like a team like OKC, right? Which obviously the OKC is where he's from. They can absorb his contract into their cap. It wouldn't bother them. They get 2 picks because we've seen that that's what the Thunder want to do anyways. So if they did the trade and they gave them Lou Dort, they can literally do that straight up. Dort makes $4 million. So then it's they get $40 million in cap space. They let go of Russell Westbrook. And then it's the Thunder still have the cap space back. And it's it doesn't hurt them at all. They just got 2 first-round picks for Lou Dort.
Yeah, if I'm the Lakers, that's a dumb deal, though.
Why? What's wrong with Lou Dort? For all the things that Russell's not giving you, the things that Lou Dort will give you is pretty solid. It's like another Matisse Thybulle.
I can't do it. Them picks be meaning something, man.
To the Lakers?
Them picks be meaning something, man.
Yeah.
You can't just offer them. I feel like you could get more than, and there's no offense to Lou Dort, but it's I feel like you could get more with a Russell and a couple picks than that.
I could almost guarantee you, if you took the last 10 years, the 30th pick, and you put them all in a trade package for Lou Dort, 2K wouldn't even let you do it because they wouldn't equal what Lou Dort is. Because that's how once you get out of the lottery, it's very rare that any of these are traded.
I'm gonna try it.
All right, go ahead and try it.
Lakers gonna mess around and start having some good picks and he playing basketball like this. For real. All right, so we have. Go ahead. You could. This one is whack too. Go ahead. You had this one.
What, the Dante DiVincenzo?
Yes.
So the Kings finally got rid of Marvin Bagley, and they sent him to my Detroit Pistons. Serge Ibaka goes to the Bucks. Serge Ibaka goes to the Bucks in this trade.
That's big.
That's a pretty big move because like Brook Lopez has been out like all year. So now it's like you put Serge Ibaka next to Giannis, and Serge Ibaka has shown he's like a shooting guard Ibaka all of a sudden.
And I feel like he's a more aggressive Brook.
Yeah. I think that was a very good look for them, even though they gave up Dante DiVincenzo, who's a young two guard for them.
I didn't want that
I don't know
just because De'Aaron Fox is still in Sacramento.
I just don't know what the Kings are doing.
I don't either.
Because it's like they got Sabonis, they got DiVincenzo, they got Trey Lyles, they got Josh Jackson, they got De'Aaron Fox, they still have Harrison Barnes.
Yeah, I don't.
The word is that they're trying to push to make it into the play-in tournament. That's what it looks like. And I think it's doable with the Clippers being as trash as they are.
But for what, though?
I don't know.
To be someone's first round
sacrificial lamb
right.
to the Phoenix Suns.
Oh, I like that because they're Sacramento. Did you do that on purpose?
No.
That's still dope.
Yeah, but like they to do it for the Phoenix Sun, who's gonna destroy whoever that person is, and is definitely destroying the Kings.
Right.
But yeah, I'm happy with Bagley. Like I obviously think that we gave up like quite a few people, but it's like we also got all those contracts off there. He's literally it's like his third year in the league.
I was about to say third, fourth year.
It sucks that he was stuck in the same draft as Ayton, Luka, and Trey because like they've all become superstars. But I think the plan originally is like a lot of teams were trying to get Jeremy Grant from us. So like I think that we're gonna give up Jeremy Grant sometime in the summertime, and then now we're gonna start over with the Cade Cunningham, Sadiq Bey, Marvin Bagley, Isaiah Stewart team with Killian Hayes, and it's like I'm really down for that youth movement. Like I'm okay with that.
I like young teams.
And say like I think we're pretty butt cheeks now, and I think the plan is to still be butt cheeks. Yeah, we're very butt cheeks.
There
like,
you go.
What are we like? Bottom 5 in the entire NBA, not just the East. And it's like I'm okay. Like I knew that this year wasn't going to be anything anyways, and it's like I can start to see where we're going, and I'm okay with it. I'm tired of Dwayne Casey as a coach. I didn't like when we signed him in the first place, and then we have him now, and it's just like I feel like he's not the guy. Like he doesn't like the young guys like that, and it's like he doesn't really give them like the freedom to do stuff. Like he's very rigid in his system. And it's like that's the reason like why when he left, Nick Nurse took that Toronto team that's worked.
Why I don't give Chauncey Billups a job?
Because he's the coach of the Trailblazers.
I mean, he wasn't always though.
No, I don't think Chauncey Billups was doing the analyst thing for a while. Like he wasn't trying to be a coach. And like he would be a rookie coach.
So what?
I mean, I'm down for it. Don't get me started. Like you want to tell me like his assistant coach going to be Ben Wallace? Like sign me up. Rick Hamilton, Sheed, who's I'm pretty sure he's an assistant coach in the WNBA.
Word?
I'm pretty sure he is.
I didn't know that. That's dope. The last time I seen him doing something, he was Iverson has like a league for like youth kids or something like that. And,
he was coaching, right?
Yeah, he was coaching. I think Steven Jack was there. Iverson was there. A couple other dudes. So it was. I think Bonzi Wells. I want to say Bonzi Wells might have been there. But yeah, Rasheed, like he looks like he would be a dope coach. And I feel like any players that don't like listening to their coach, if you end up with Rasheed, you're like, yeah, I'm about to listen to coach just because I feel like this brother's gonna slap me and not care.
I think about I think about this when I see Shannon Sharp too, and I'd be like, man, like it would suck to have this person be my dad because it's like I just know that like the dad's strength. Like when they put the shoulder touch thing, I was like, why is this man so strong? He doesn't need to be the strong one. He's just trying to talk to me like.
Listen, I ain't ever tell you about Khalil's dad.
No,
we digress. We'll move on after this. When I went to the Raider Miami game out there, like I'm waiting around. That's when Khalil signed my jersey. But like before he comes out, there's this. Oh, I would say he's like 5'8" by 5'8". Like this brother was built like the back of a truck. And all of a sudden on the back it said Mac. I was like, oh, that must be Khalil out here in regular clothes. This man turned around, had the little gray mustache. I was like, oh, you must be Khalil's pops. He was like, yeah, how can you tell? I'm like, bro, you look like you could play in the league, right? Like, I remember the shirt was all snug. I was like, bro, you're walking around like Blade's cousin right now. Like, come on now.
Butter knife.
Right. Like that man, like you could definitely clearly see that Khalil was like, yeah, man, I got to be on one.
Okay.
But, yeah.
See, but are you ready to what was for some reason like my favorite part of this week?
Yeah, go ahead. I got you.
Yeah, so like we had the NBA All-Star draft and it's Team LeBron versus Team Durant.
Yeah.
Right. And it was hysterical to watch, and I'm so glad that it was done with the TNT crew because Charles Barkley did exactly what I wanted Charles Barkley to do. Because it's like it started to become very apparent in the middle of this draft that Kevin Durant was not going to draft James Harden no matter what happened. And Charles Barkley just continued to egg it on. He was like, yo, Durant looked like he needs some scoring over there. I wonder if there's anybody like stuff like that. And then like what's even better is LeBron. And like I have to give LeBron a lot of credit because he takes this like pretty seriously. But it's like he also has fun with it at the same time. Like he takes it seriously, but he has fun with it. He's been the captain ever since they started it. It's been like 5-6 years, and I'm pretty sure his team is like 6-0 and stuff like that. Because like I said, he takes it for real, and it's like he's starting to realize what's going on too. So now he knows, like, why do I not bother picking James Harden if I know this brother's not gonna pick him? I could just get him at the end. Right. So then like everything just keeps happening, and then like like Charles keeps going. LeBron is dying laughing. Kevin Durant is the most straight faced dude. He's just like, I think my team needs some size. And he's like, now you got enough size over there, KD. What you need is somebody that can shoot the three. I wonder who on there can shoot the three. Someone that can handle the ball. Maybe an MVP type player. It's like, yo, this dude, Kevin Durant, first of all, he showed up dressed like Marvin Gaye. Like, it was crazy. And like, I just like, it was just the most entertaining thing to me. Also, do the people that go up against LeBron James, like in these drafts, do they do any research? Because I feel like Giannis picked a terrible team. Kevin Durant's been picking terrible teams, and I feel like he did it once again. Was Steph a captain once? I want to say yes. 1 year, Steph was the captain. Yeah, because LeBron be trying to pick a team that wins. These dudes be trying to pick their homies. Yeah, like I think one of the years, like they had whatchamacallit. It was time for them to pick, and Giannis was like, my first pick, Chris Middleton, and LeBron looked over and was like, okay, I'm gonna take Steph Curry. What the hell is this dude talking about? Thank you. You could have waited. He would have been there. Thank you. But Giannis be doing the razor thing is like, if your guys are there, take your guys. Right. It's like, nah, bro. Right. I know this episode's gonna run long, so like we can't obviously do it now. But like I wanted us to do like if we were LeBron and Durant, what would our teams actually look like? Oh, listen. When's the All-Star weekend? This next weekend coming up. All right, so next episode we can do our draft. I don't want their draft. My team will kill yours. I don't care about what they got. I don't want them to influence ours, even though like I don't think my team will beat their team. All right, so like as they were picked, and I'm gonna do them in order as they were picked. So LeBron James had the first pick. He picked Giannis, Steph Curry, DeMar DeRozan, and Nikola Jokic. Those were his starters. Then on the bench. So like the way it works is like they go back and forth, and then whoever has the last pick in the first round gets the first pick in the second round. I did see the clip on why he chose to keep Garland. Yeah. Oh, so I'm gonna get to that like at some point too. But so then at the second round, like Kevin Durant has the first pick, so LeBron comes back around, gets Luka, Darius Garland, Chris Paul, Jimmy Butler, Donovan Mitchell, Fred VanVleet, and with the last pick, James Harden. Kevin Durant, with the second pick, did Joel Embiid, John Morant, Jason Tatum, Trae Young, and Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins, like we both thought, was the last pick, and it was like it automatically went to Kevin Durant because he's not playing. So he had the last two picks, and he got Trae Young and Andrew Wiggins. His first pick in the second round was Devin Booker, Karl Anthony Towns, Zach LaVine, DeJounte Murray, Chris Middleton, LaMelo Ball, and then Rudy Gobert was his last pick. They about to get smacked. They're about to get smoked, bro. Because like, and the thing is, like, Kevin Durant's not even there to like get you some buckets. They're about to get dope, bro. So like, why y'all do this to LaMelo for his first time around? So, but I really, really liked it. So like when LeBron made the pick for Darius Garland, so like like they make their picks and like they don't really say much about him. Like LeBron is a lot bigger of a showman, where he's just like, I got to go with the dude with the quickest. Like he'll do like this whole thing before he picks his person or whatever. But said LeBron was just like, he's still on the board. I got to go Darius Garland. And like Kevin Durant was like, oh, he's like, you got to be kidding me. And then like everybody on there was like, yes. And I was like, I'm loving this love fest for Darius Garland. And it's like, and he is the All-Star game is in Cleveland. He's the Cleveland guy. And it's like, I just love to see players getting the love that they deserve. And it's like, it seems like everybody is rooting for Darius Garland. And it's like, and like, I was already rooting for him, but it makes me want to root for him maybe more. Where I'm just like, yo, let's go Garland. Like, I wish that you could start, bro. What is the reception LeBron gets going home? He's gonna get a good reception. Let's be honest. Like they can talk all the trash that they want. Like, yo, bro brought you a ring.
Definitely brought you a ring.
He doesn't get the same reception that Kyrie gets when he goes there, because we saw what happened the last time Kyrie was in Cleveland. They went at him. So, and like obviously it's like when your team is playing against people, like it is what it is. But it's like, what is the All-Star game? Like, I don't think they care that much. Because it's like most of the people that can afford to go to the All-Star game ain't Clevelandites anyways.
You're right.
But yeah, it's like I just really enjoyed like how they all took, like they really took some time out to give Darius Garland his flowers, and I thought that was pretty dope.
Young boy.
So like Harden was the last pick, Rudy Gobert being the second last pick though, because like they've all said these past couple years how much they all fucking hate Rudy Gobert, and like how they don't like the Jazz and like all this other stuff. But like a lot of people just can't stand Rudy Gobert because there's no reason why he should have lasted longer than some of these people.
Every time they bring up his name, I just remember him touching all the microphones and laughing about COVID.
And then they shut down the next day.
The next day, it's like, bro, this is your fault.
The league shut down the next day.
It's your fault.
Another person that they did give a little bit of their flowers to was DeJounte Murray. And it was like, you know, like a lot of people were like, I like seeing the newer generation embracing the younger guys.
Got you.
And it's like they really like to see that these guys are like, yeah, they're like, oh yeah, like DeJounte should have been an all-star. And it's like, that's not really like the way it works. Cause it's like, you know, the all-stars is like, once you become one, it's hard to not be one again. And it's like, you know, stuff like that. But it's like with a lot of the injuries, we get to see some of these new faces in here. How much playing time is Wiggins actually getting in this game?
I mean, he's going to be a starter, right?
Yeah, he's starting over Kevin Durant now. How quickly do they put Devin Booker in there to whatchamacallit?
As soon as that man misses his first 3 shots.
How did Kevin Durant not pick Luka instead of picking Devin Booker though?
Because I don't know.
He's picking his boys.
Yeah.
And he's about to watch his boys get smidacked
all over the place.
It's gonna have to be one of those things like remember the Kobe year where it's like, oh, first team to reach 8 points and then first team to do this. And then it's gonna have to be some sort of format like that for them to really stand a chance, because otherwise these boys is getting crit-act.
They're gonna get smacked either way. LeBron
did end up with CP3. He's got his banana boat, bro.
He's definitely gonna throw LeBron like 4 alleys. Like
LeBron's face when he picked Steph Curry, because like he's like Giannis, and then like he waited, and this dude showed me that he was like, I'm gonna go with Steph Curry. He was like, "Oh, this brother let me put Steph and Giannis and me on the same team."
You know, KD not about to pick Steph after the departure. Come on, man. LeBron knew what he was doing. He's like, I can go Giannis because he's not gonna pick Steph.
He's not picking Steph.
Now that I know you're not gonna take James, I could wait to get James. Like,
so you said this now, and now it's like it's putting some thoughts in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Is Kevin Durant becoming this guy where like other superstars don't like him? Is he the first guy in a while?
Point.
Like, or do people not like him, or does he not bang with them? Like, how do you think it really works?
I think he just be acting like a weirdo sometimes. I'm gonna keep it all the way real. Like,
and is that why
basketball, his social understanding to adapt?
Because on those Thunder teams, I feel like the most likable person, like everybody likes Serge Ibaka.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen Serge Ibaka and him have an interaction ever since he's left OKC.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like Kevin, like Perkins has kind of come at him. Westbrook's obviously come at him. Curry, Draymond. Like, and like right now, your best friend is like Kyrie.
Right.
Like, what's going on with Kevin Durant, bro?
I don't know, man.
Where's your boy B. Williams?
Kevin Draymond did have a conversation, though.
They did.
I don't know how authentic it was.
I mean, Draymond's going to have a conversation because he's moving into the booth and all that stuff anyways. But it's like, there's something there, man. There's something about Kevin Durant where it's like,
awesome in the booth.
Yeah, he is. He's gonna be. He's already doing like the part-time thing, and every time he's on, I'm like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I know at some point Barkley has to go, Ernie's gonna have to go, stuff like that. But I was like, Candace and Draymond, I'm here for that duo.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, well, that's all we got.
Yeah, that is all we got.
No, it ain't. The Knicks beat the Warriors, but I ain't gonna talk too much about it because we turned around and blew a 23-point lead to the Blazers.
Yeah. The Blazers, who without David Lillard and like without CJ McCollum, also beat the Lakers. Like, what was going on with that?
That was pretty crazy. But I know, I mean, my boys been making a good stand, man. Like we win the OT against the Lakers, we beat the Warriors, we lost to I think 3 to the Jazz. So like they are competing. It's just not getting over the hump.
I know we're trying to get out of the NBA portion.
Mm-hmm.
I have to get your thoughts.
Okay.
Trade deadline comes and it passes.
Mm-hmm.
Julius Randle still on the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what were you feeling?
I was mad because there was a bunch of people I wanted I wanted to get, and there was a bunch of rumors that I was really excited about. I think the top two was, of course, the De'Aaron Fox situation, and then DeJounte Murray's name had popped up as well. And I was just like, I would take either one of those guys for pumpkin and picks and whatever else we got to give up, but it just didn't happen. And I'm like, at least do something. We didn't do anything. Like, so now you got to deal with this guy.
Because you did the Cam Reddish thing. You did the Cam Reddish thing the week before. So I feel like that was like your guys.
There was also some type of trade that was supposed to happen, which
he would put him moving.
Yeah, with Cam Reddish moving, and then we end up with I want to say it was Goran Dragic. It was like a 3-team trade.
Yeah, it was something like that, but it wasn't going to be that great for y'all.
Nah. So I don't know. I don't like the opportunity to trade and then you just don't do anything and just sit with what you have and then you end up losing pieces and you don't gain pieces.
And now you got this dude for the rest of the year that don't want to be there.
Right.
You got the Ben Simmons situation all over again. Right. And we're gonna dive into that more like in the coming weeks because like obviously football is gonna be over. We're gonna have more time to talk about stuff. But I want to talk about like just the landscape of what the NBA looks like now and these superstars just being like, well, I'm not playing. And we're gonna get into that like at some point in time. But I just really wanted to know like what you thought about the Knicks not making a move.
Like I said, I thought it was terrible. Just don't sit and do nothing. Do something, please. Do something, like for real. Because then, like, what it boils down to is you end up losing these players that people really do want, and then you don't get anything for them because they leave via free agency, or they end up sitting out like Ben Simmons, and then you end up getting nothing at all.
You might actually get the Westbrook trade in the summer. Then maybe will be Westbrook and 2 first-round picks.
I'm with it.
You don't even need the picks.
No. Send them picks. Send them picks, but I'm definitely with it. I'm definitely with it. Like, let's go.
All right. Well, we could move on to the Blitz. I know we got a Super Bowl preview that we need to do. We got a Super Bowl preview. We'll save that, obviously, for the last thing. But the NFL did have its NFL honors. And they had, like, their award ceremony. So, like, I mean, we can go through the awards real quick. To see like Aaron Rodgers MVP. This is his 4th MVP.
That's what's up.
So like that, like I thought it was pretty clear that he was going to be the MVP towards the end of the season. Did you see anything wrong with it, or like were you thinking it was a Tom Brady thing? Because that's what everybody was saying. No, should have been the runner-up.
If it was anybody else, it should have been Cooper Kupp.
And then the Offensive Player of the Year was Cooper Kupp.
Okay.
So there's that.
That was their way of saying we should have given MVP. Yes.
Because it is really weird that you can get Offensive Player of the Year but not get MVP.
Exactly.
That doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Exactly.
Because like last time I checked, Aaron Rodgers don't play defense.
Facts.
So like, Defensive Player of the Year was T.J. Watt.
That makes sense.
He's the NFL sack leader.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jamar Chase.
Yep, that makes sense. I can agree with that.
Defensive Rookie of the Year, your boy, Micah Parsons.
I can agree with that as long as they got it right.
Comeback Player of the Year, Joe Burrow. I mean, he got hurt really bad towards the end of last year.
He's in the Super Bowl and he blew his knee out last year. I guess you could say yes.
And the only reason that they even made a really late playoff push, and it was because of him playing out of his mind. Like the last couple plays, I think he was well deserved. And then the last award was Coach of the Year, which went to Mike Vrabel of the Tennessee Titans. It is a regular season award. Obviously, they got knocked out in the second round of the playoffs. But like, you want to talk about a team that barely did. They had no.
That was your boy's fault.
Whose boy?
Your boy.
Which boy? I got a lot of boys.
Tannehill.
I mean, listen.
Tan my gills.
Julio Jones played all of 2 games this year.
Yep.
Derrick Henry was injured for 8 or 9 games.
Dang, it was that long?
Yeah, he only played like the first 4 or 5 weeks.
Sheesh.
And then missed the entire rest of the season until the playoffs. A.J. Brown in and out of the lineup. He would play like once every 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And they still somehow managed to have the number 1 seed in the AFC. They got the first round bye. Unfortunately, they couldn't execute like in the last game, and they wound up getting beat by the Bengals.
Yeah.
So like, I think it was a well-deserved Coach of the Year. They barely got beat by the Bengals. They definitely barely.
Tannehill forgot what color jersey he was wearing. I like that.
It was pretty good.
But, I think all of that is in line.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
you could argue the MVP, but I mean it makes sense.
I think it was pretty. Like every single one of them, I was like, "Yep, sounds about right." Yep, sounds about right. So I think they nailed it. They usually do for the most part. Like usually the offensive and defensive rookies are the easiest ones to call but it's like this year like there was a bunch of quarterbacks. People were saying like Mac Jones might have been offensive rookie stuff like that. But like I think the way Chase ended the season, like really solidified it, and like all the records that he broke, like all that type of stuff. So
had 2 extra weeks to do it, but I get it.
Yeah. Like, I already told you about the extra weeks thing. I was like, I'm not tripping on it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Super Bowl is today, in T-minus 2.5 hours.
Yep.
I have the pick for the whatchamacallit. Did you say good mood?
Mm-hmm.
I have the pick for the
Does it
2 minute
matter
drill.
at this point?
I mean, it doesn't. I got the roof first dinner.
Right,
Like,
so whatever, man.
But it's like, you know.
You ever seen Best of the Best?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
Why? What about Best of the
There's
Best?
this point where there's like, it's a karate tournament and they're tied and they go to break the bricks and the guy clearly didn't break as many bricks and the little dude comes over and starts counting them. He's looking at him like, what are you counting them for? It's just like, what are we picking for? Like, I get it.
Why was he counting them?
To see how many bricks he broke.
Why did it matter?
Because whoever broke the many bricks won the match.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So why was he tripping that he was counting them? Isn't that what he's supposed to do?
The other dude smashed every single brick.
Oh, okay. All right.
He didn't
You
make it
neglected
through
to
the
mention.
bricks.
You neglected to mention that.
Yeah. He smashed through every single brick, and then he like barely made it through. And he's like, "What are you counting them for?" Like, and it insult the injury.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing right now. Just want to make that clear.
I've made my pick. I think it's the Rams.
Oh, and James O. Jones is in it too. That's a cultural.
Oh, yeah, say all that.
Yeah, best of the best. You might want to check that
out. I made my pick. I feel like it's the Rams. I feel like it's such an easy call for the Rams.
Team.
That's what I'm saying. Is like there's so many players that are playing for much more. Like I feel like the Bengals are like they're playing better than they're supposed to be playing because they don't know any better.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the guys that are coming from the Rams are like we need this and we want this because like we don't know how many chances we have left.
I feel like they're a young team, and their reward this year was being in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a great way to put it.
That's what your reward is. Because
I think like when you start naming them down, because you're like, oh, what are the weapons on the Bengals? Like, you know, like when you go to play a Madden game and then you go to like, oh, let me just check the superstar factors. And it's like you see all the things lined up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you know, the Bengals got Joe Burrow, who's had, you know, comeback player of the year. He's having an amazing season.
Mm-hmm.
Jamar Chase, offensive rookie of the year, have an amazing season.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Mixon, I think he was like the number 3 running back overall in fantasy, stuff like that. He was having a great season.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's kind of like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, oh, but like, who do the Rams got? It's like, oh, Matt Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty solid, probably like top 15 quarterback this year. Cooper Kupp, offensive player of the year, arguably the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Odell Beckham, he's having a comeback type year. Cam Akers probably deserves some love because it's like coming back from an ACL like in under 6 months or something like that.
Jefferson.
Van Jefferson. And then it's like, oh, but like, what about the defense? How about the best defensive player this past decade, Aaron Donald?
99.
How about the best cornerback in the past 5 years, like Jalen Ramsey? How about
he's been getting smoked these last few weeks, though.
It's true.
At least once a game. I mean, he covers a lot.
He said that he specifically is like, I'm guarding Jamar Chase in the Super Bowl.
Mm.
So I think that says a lot.
He also said, "Dang, Tom Brady threw his last touchdown on me."
You really threw me off with that one. And then it's like, oh, one of the all-time sack leaders, Von Miller, is over there.
Who's done this before?
Who's been here before? He's ready.
Oh yeah.
And it's like to me it's open and shut. I'm like, it's Rams.
Yeah.
Do I think the game is pretty close? Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus Peters is still in the Rams, right? Am I tripping?
Mm-hmm.
Because so like that's who's guarding Odell, or I'm sorry, that's who's guarding Higgins.
Mm-hmm. It's tough.
I feel like there's a lot more ways for
I feel like they have a veteran
Rams
safety too.
Did Eric Weddle just come out of retirement?
Yes, there you go. They have a veteran safety in Eric Weddle.
If Eric Weddle comes off of his couch and wins the Super Bowl, like that's got to be one of the easiest. That was almost like that.
That's literally the epitome of like, hey, you want to win a Super Bowl? Can you win a Super Bowl? Hold my beer.
Like that reminds me of when the Cavs were playing the Warriors and Anderson Varejao was on the Warriors, and they were like, regardless of who wins, Anderson Varejao gets the championship ring.
Yes,
I was like, oh, it's something like that.
Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Is it weird that I know this is going to be a good game and I'm excited for the game, but I'm really, really excited for this all hip hop halftime show.
Yes,
the commercials have been butt cheeks the past 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
They've been getting released earlier and earlier. So it's like, they're not a surprise when they come out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I haven't really been surprised by that, but like, yo, like when Kendrick who are you looking forward to the most?
The whole show.
Come on. Don't do that. You gotta pick one. I'm making you pick your favorite
It
kid.
has to be Kendrick.
Is it Kendrick?
You haven't heard from Kendrick.
What song you waiting
Sprinkles
for?
here and there.
Because if he comes out and goes, top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. Like, is that going to do it for you?
Listen, man, it doesn't matter. It's Kendrick.
Or because of the all my life I had to fight.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. He's not gonna disappoint though. And I feel like somewhere in there he's gonna say something we haven't heard. That's what I'm hoping.
If the whole crowd, like if everything just goes silent and they turn all the lights out for a second, and I just hear, if Pyru's and Crips, oh god, they run me down by the whole, so the whole city right because how you blow the lead like that? Like that might be the one.
Yeah, that will mess around to make the stadium blow up.
I don't know, but like I think Eminem's he's got stadium music. Like Eminem's songs are used for like movie trailers because that's how hype they are. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we were talking about, like I love Patiently Waiting. I know it's a 50 Cent song. But like Lose Yourself he's definitely doing Lose Yourself. Mm-hmm. But like that Till I Collapse. And it's like if they do the same thing where like it's all dark and there's nothing there, and also you hear that ding 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 left, right. When the roof come up, when the lights go out, when my like I'm telling you, I'm ready.
Right now.
I'm already ready
Right now. It's so hyped right now.
But they're definitely ending on California Love too, right? Like that's gotta because they're in Cali, so that's gonna be the last song.
You have to.
Dre's got a lot of them. If they do the Forgot About Dre too with M and Dre next to each other, I might shed a tear. And then we saw the verses earlier this year. Snoop Dogg's got 20 hits, and he could just pull any of them out. Like they're probably doing Drop It Like It's Hot.
I still don't know what Mary's gonna do.
Every day, you know you gotta hustle, baby. You can't stop the hustle, baby. And then Hove comes out.
That would be crazy.
Taking out this time. Like how crazy would that be?
He held that note too.
Trying to be a star.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'm here for it. We'll see what happens. I'm definitely going with the Rams as well.
Okay. I figured you were, but you didn't want to because like you know that what it eventually means.
That my team lost to the Super Bowl champs.
Are we gonna do a 2-minute drill for the basketball like NBA playoffs? We got to, right?
Sure.
Okay. But I'm still taking the roof, Chris, before once the Super Bowl's over. So.
All right, that's fine.
All right.
That's fine. You sure you don't want double or nothing?
Ooh, what's the bet on the double or nothing though?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
You got a week. You got 2 weeks to figure it out.
Okay. I mess around 2 weeks go by and be like 2 roof Chris.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn that radiator back on. Oh man. So I mean, do you have a cultural gem for us?
I do have a cultural gem. Today's cultural gem.
Why is that whiteboard so dried out over there, bro?
Don't worry about it. All right.
Take care of
There's a bunch of gems on here.
I'm talking about that one over there. That joint got the all-star rosters on it. That was like 3 weeks ago.
Being rough with your things. Well, you remember what last week was?
Last week was New Jack City.
Good job. Good job. So this week we are going with the homie Robert Townsend. It's an animated movie. It's Bebe's Kids.
Nice.
Yes. We don't die, we multiply. But yes, Baby Kids is definitely on the docket. If you haven't seen it, definitely take the time to go do so. RIP to the homie Robert Townsend. If you don't know who that is, he also played the dad in House Party. He was also in Harlem Nights and several other things. So
he's got a weird career too, because like I feel like he could have blown up like when a lot of these other comedians were really blowing up at that time. But like he kind of settled into like this minor character role like in all these movies. And it's like I feel like he could have been bigger. But like the epitome of this movie is the rise of Yo Mama jokes that like kind of like really came from this movie. Like your mama's so dumb, your mom's so fat. Mama's so fat when they told her it was chilly outside, she wouldn't go to bowl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that bathroom scene was like a big scene like in the movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like
I'm about to watch it again.
That's what I said. It's like, yo, so where can we watch it?
You can watch it on YouTube. It costs you $3 if you don't have a what's that? The Prime membership or whatever.
YouTube Premium. Does anybody have YouTube Premium?
I don't know why you would.
I don't think anybody does, and that's why they keep pressing everybody to get it. Like, please,
right,
help me.
Right, like don't worry, I'll just skip through the ads. You can also watch it on Amazon Prime.
Okay. Oh, for free or for $3?
Nah, $3.
Okay. Who's going to be the person raising Who's gonna have the black app that has all the black movies on it? Is it gonna be 50?
It's funny that you say that because on the 15th it's playing at 11:30 on BET.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way, boy. Like,
also on the 16th on Wednesday at 1 p.m.
Oh no, BET's got it. It's in the rotation.
And on Monday the 21st at 6 p.m.
Doesn't BET have their own app, or are they on like the CBS or something?
No, I don't know.
They're latched on. I think they might be on Paramount Plus. That's where BET's
That's a good
at.
question. I'm not sure. I'm definitely not sure.
But like, yeah, Bebe's Kids is a hilarious movie. I haven't seen it in quite some time, so I wonder how well it's aged.
Good question.
So like, if you really are going to watch it, like, let me know if it still holds up, or like, are you just holding on to the nostalgia from it?
I mean, it's going to be a win for me regardless.
Yeah,
it's going to be a win for me regardless.
Are you going to watch it on your phone?
Yeah, but I'm going to cast it to the TV.
Okay, so then you watch it on the TV. You're not watching it on your phone. It's not the same thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
I might even watch it with the boys.
Do you have a Raisinette? Whoa, do you think it's age appropriate for all the boys? You gonna watch it with Nias?
I mean, somebody let me watch Roger Rabbit.
I didn't say that you had the best parenting growing up, but you are a parent.
Hey,
now.
May did her job. May did her job.
She did what she could.
Right.
Look at it.
Right. I do not have a Raisinette for today.
Wow, on the Super Bowl Sunday, no Raisinette.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've been going pretty long anyway, so like, I mean, if it feels like this is a solid
Drink responsibly.
You calling out tomorrow?
Me?
Yeah.
Nah.
Me neither.
Nah.
I thought about it, but I was like, vacation weeks next week.
I'm just gonna take Tuesday through Friday off. Nah, man, we got a week coming off in a week, man. I can make it through a week.
I heard you. I thought about it too. I'm not gonna be up too late, and I was like, it's not no later than I'm ever really up. I'm just gonna be full off of pizza and wings.
Right, so high school basketball season is coming to an end. Playoffs is starting. My team unfortunately did not make the playoffs, so I have some free time on my hands anyway.
Okay.
So it is what it is.
All right. So in that case, I mean, we can sign out. Do you got something you want to say to the people before we go?
Like, subscribe, share, purchase, all of the above.
The link to the Google Doc is in the description for some of that gear that's out there.
Right. Everybody's saying that they with it, but they ain't showing that they with it. And then when things get cracking, you're gonna be talking about you was here. And I'm gonna be like, I don't know you, man.
Stop telling me that you got me and get me.
Ooh. I'm leaving it there.